Hello, everyone, and welcome to Coffee with CHIME. My name is Spencer Stabler. I'm a specialist of membership and professional development.
Good morning, Spencer. Hi, everyone. I'm Keith Friedenberg, Executive Vice President, COO with CHIME. Pleasure to be with you all on this St. Patrick's Eve. Some of us are in the festive spirit,
yes.
Spencer.
And I got a little bit of green.
A little bit of green, that's good.
A little bit of CHIME green. So today, Keith's going to be here to talk to us a little bit about one of our signature programs, the Healthcare CIO Bootcamp. So Keith, share with us a little bit about the program, just for those who aren't familiar with it.
Well, thanks, Spencer. The boot camp is near and dear to my heart. We've been offering this program since the fall of 2003. So we're coming up on our 32nd program. So 15 years of offering this program. The boot camp is really special and unique in a lot of ways. One is it's an immersion program. It is not a lecture series. It's founded on a core model of CIO success we call the CIO Success Factors. This model was developed in the early 2000s at the leadership of the CHIME board back then. And we tested the concept in the fall of 2003 and discovered we were onto something, that there was real need out there, not to develop health IT programs in particular, but to develop leadership. You've heard the old adage, right? Every problem is a leadership problem.
Yes.
That's the approach that we take with the boot camp. So the boot camp special in a lot of ways. It's built on a very research-oriented model that we continue to refine every year, our CIO Success Factor model. But what really makes it special is our faculty. All of our faculty are some of the best, most amazing CIOs in industry. And they contribute their time twice a year to come to these programs and to develop great content, great stories, great real life examples of the challenges that they've worked themselves through, and they've leveraged their networks and community to help resolve and solve.
That priceless experience.
Yes, exactly. It's very experiential. And they do this because they want to give back to the industry. So those are just a couple of things that make the bootcamp very special.
So what are some of the key takeaways attendees can expect? What if I'm a CIO or a prospective member who's thinking about coming to the boot camp, why should I go?
Well, a couple of thoughts on that. One is probably the biggest surprise that attendees share as a result of coming to the boot camp is they were expecting a program around healthcare IT. They were expecting a very technical program. Now, what I'll say is the boot camp it's about leadership, but it's leadership in the context of the CIO's world, the health IT executives world. So CHIME spends a lot of time trying to understand what's going on in your world, Spencer, as a CHIME member or prospective CHIME member. And then we apply those principles in the context of what leadership skills, experiences do you need to have to be successful in that role. And so I think that's probably the biggest aha for attendees of the program, is they come in expecting that it's going to be a program about health IT. And it is, because the context is in there, but it's really about leadership at its core.
And I feel like I've definitely heard, just from being around CHIME and talking to some of the members and past alumni of the boot camp, can you touch on just a little bit? I mean, there's some really strong relationships that are built there, right?
Yeah, I have to tell you, and I share this, I've been to every program, so 32 programs coming up. I won't miss them because I absolutely love spending time with our members at this program. This is 4 really intensive days, and we create a framework for learning. There's no doubt about that. Everything is built around the program model and learning. But what we really also do is create an environment to develop relationships. And we really emphasize the opportunity that you have in this small session, highly interactive, engaging session with 50, 60, 70 of your colleagues and peers to start working on building those relationships. Those relationships, when you walk away from that program, if you take nothing else with you, but now you've created a connection with 5, 10, 15, 20 people who are facing some of the same challenges, or more importantly, solving some of the problems that you're dealing with today, that's invaluable. I don't know what price tag you associate that with that. I come away with, I say, 50, 60, 70 new friends every time I go to one of these programs. And I'll tell you, every time I go to a spring forum or a fall forum or some other time event, it's very prideful to see all the cohorts of various boot camps over the years hanging out together. They vacation together. They're friends after this program. And I always emphasize that If you take nothing else away from the boot camp, we're going to throw a lot at you. If you can walk away with a couple of really strong relationships, that'll be invaluable.
So who can attend the boot camp?
Well, at its core, the boot camp is intended for CHIME members, as well as any direct report of a CHIME member. That includes members of our 3 A groups, AHIS, AHIT, and AHIA. So if you're a member of one of those organizations, you can also come. By the way, it's also available to alumni of the program. Believe it or not, we've had several alumni come back for a refresher at our boot camp a couple of years down the road.
Or maybe they took it, 10 years ago and come back.
Exactly. We've had one CHIME member who's gone 4 times, and that individual goes about every 2.5 years, just as a refresher, because the material is always changing. We have to stay up with the times and stay up with the challenges in the landscape of the industry. Exactly. So this particular individual comes about every 2.5 years, just to sort of refresh and recharge. And it is, while it's 4 very intensive days, many walk away, although physically and emotionally exhausted, really energized to get back in their organizations and tackle some of those issues that are really tough.
So when is the next healthcare CIO?
Okay, so we've got one coming up in just a few weeks. We're going to be in Chicago. I think the dates are April 13th through the 16th. Yep. And I love this venue. Since 2004, every spring program of the boot camp is at the University of Chicago Gleacher Center, the Graduate School of Business, and it is a tremendous learning environment. Beautiful state-of-the-art high-tech lecture hall that we use. It's a wonderful learning environment. Our faculty love it. The students and participants love it as well. I love it. It's just a great, great learning environment. We're right downtown. We're right on the river. So, when we're not in boot camp, working really hard at the program, you want to get out downtown, and we'll have a couple of activities that we'll schedule to have a little fun as well. But it's a great location. It's a great learning environment. Encourage those who are thinking about boot camp, maybe not sure if they want to do it, come to Chicago with us. Springtime in Chicago is a great time as well. If you can't make Chicago, we've got another one coming up in the fall. That is in early November, November 6th to the 9th. That's on the tail end of our CHIME 20, yep, which will be at JW Marriott Desert Ridge in Phoenix.
Yep. So where can people learn more and register for the boot camp?
Well, go to the CHIME website is probably the best place to start.
Or you can contact either one of us. Just send us an email.
Contact any of us. Go to chimecentral.org. Reach out to any of our staff. We can direct you to the right place to get information. Plenty of information out there on social, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram. We're in all of those spaces. But easiest thing to do if you've got a question or just don't know if boot camp's right for you, give us a call, shoot us an email, and we'd be happy to chat with you about that.
All right, Keith, well, thank you for sharing.
Thank you, Spencer.
It's quite a dynamic program.
I always appreciate sharing.
Absolutely. Everybody, thank you for joining us on Coffee with Chime. We'll see you next time.
Have a great Friday.